Hi there, Dead Ideal Boy here, back with another video. This time it's on my American account on Race B, and it's quite an eventful race, to be honest with you, so I hope you enjoy it. And we will also have a look back at another controversial incident after this one, so stay tuned. But firstly, just before the action starts, I want to say thanks so much to everybody that's subscribed over the past couple of months. We're now heading towards 850 subscribers, and recently I've had some great support from Key 25, Basic Ollie, Mr. MCA, JSR Devon, Adventure Racing. They've all helped me out, supporting me on Twitter, promoting the channel for me and things like that. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, then please consider doing so. We can get to 1,000 subscribers together. But right away at the start of this race, there's an incident that's worth noting. If you keep an eye on the radar in the bottom right hand corner, you're going to see a little missile appear. There you go, it's just taking avoiding action on me. I actually got a bit of a fright, so I looked back to see what can only be described as carnage, as the guy in P3 completely misses his braking point, manages to avoid me though, but in his desperation to stay on track, he spun across and took out P4. So there was a kind of pile-up basically behind us, which resulted in a healthy gap appearing between myself and P1 and the rest of the field. So right away it was a two-horse race, which suited me. It meant I didn't need to think about anything behind me, and I could just settle in to basically try and catch the guy in P1. It was a bit of a DR grind exercise jumping onto the US account. I think it was about 1 or 2 in the morning, and I just got the camera, left the camera rolling, so you can see me in the bottom left hand corner. The DR that's below the camera is relevant to my EME account, so kind of ignore that. But as we approach the Death Chicane for the first time in the race, can we negotiate it successfully? Yes, we can. Look at the throttle, did not even lift. So that's crucial, because you can see I didn't really gain on him. So he must have obviously kept his foot in, and that's why you need to keep your foot down, because if I let off the throttle at any point there, it'll cost me half a second, and that's crucial, because this is such a slipstream race, and you can see I'm kind of struggling at the moment, even after lap 1, especially that last corner, struggling to keep up with him, so kind of losing the slipstream, which is disappointing. But it just meant I focused in and thought, right, hit this chicane, if I can nail it, then hopefully we can get some ground back, and we do. We actually took it really, really, really well, and you can see we start to gain a little bit. So what I thought to myself was, if I can just keep gaining a bit back, get into the slipstream again, try and put some pressure on. You can see you get a little bit wide there on the exit. So coming through the S section, this is a really fast flowing section, as you'll know if you've been doing the race, and I managed to sort of nail that first left hander into the right hander, so we've got that section going really well, and we're still well in this race. So I thought to myself, at this point, if I can just keep pressurising him, we'll see if he can hold his nerve or not. The reason I know how difficult that can be is because I'm one of the worst, I feel. If I'm getting chased down, I tend to find myself looking in my radar, flicking back to look in the rear view mirror more than I'm actually looking forward. But as you can see, here we come through the Death Chicane again, once again not lifting, and you can see he just got a little bit loose through there, and look how much we're gaining on him now, which told me one thing right away: he is feeling the pressure. And when you've got that kind of feeling about the driver in front, it just gives you that little edge of confidence. As you can see, we try to get the cut back on him here, but the Vantage Group 4's just got enough power to see me off. I'm obviously using the Viper, which wasn't really the car of choice in the America servers. It tended to be the Vantage and the Atenza, so I'm kind of sort of sticking out a little bit differently here using the Viper. But as we can come into the chicane again, you can see he almost sort of slides it round there, and again we're a lot smoother. So yeah, I'm thinking pressure. Look, and that's why I even took a look down the inside there, just to show him I was there, see if I can put him off a little bit. You can see he goes narrow and defensive, thinking, well, maybe I'll go for a send at that corner, so he tries to obviously defend that. I had no intentions of trying to send it round that corner. I was thinking to myself, if I'm going to do anything here, we'll go for it on the last lap, because like I said, it's such a slipstream track, it would give him less opportunity to try and get back P1 from me if I manage to get it. But we're getting a really good run out of the S section here and up to the hairpin. You can see he's going to go slightly narrow again. I've decided at this point I'm committing to the racing line, and we'll see how much of a better exit we can get than him. He manages to clip his apex pretty well though, but still well within the slipstream. Only problem is now my visibility will be less going through the Death Chicane, so it's down to whether or not I can hold my nerve and keep my foot down. And can I? Yes, I can. And look what happens to him. He gets wiped out by the Death Chicane, and I can assure you that was just down to being forceful in terms of just applying pressure. You don't need to be touching bumpers or anything like that. You just need to keep yourself sort of big in the rear view mirror, keep in that radar. And I know that he'll have noticed in the previous lap how much I gained on him, and he would have known that I was keeping, you know, the foot down right through the Death Chicane, which would have made him think that he had to keep his foot down through the Death Chicane, otherwise I was going to gain on him. And I think that's just kind of spooked him a little bit, and he's obviously tried to take it flat out, got a little bit out of shape because he rubbed the wall to the right hand side. You could see the sparks flying up. And you know that feeling when you've committed to the Death Chicane and you've just got it slightly wrong and there's just no leeway. So now we've got the final lap to negotiate. We're well in the clear, and really the only person that can beat myself is me. However, I have on multiple occasions been clear with plenty to spare and managed to absolutely commit race suicide by just making the most basic of errors. I hope I can improve the more I race, but you know, I'll first admit that under pressure I'm not the best, and I think that's something that probably affects a lot of us. But here we go, we're going through the Death Chicane for the last time. Now I've got a choice to make. Do I keep my foot in and keep the rhythm going, or do I let off? You're right, I'm letting off. Yep. Let off the accelerator that time, because I knew that even if I skimmed the wall or whatever, I had so much time in the bag that I could actually just afford to kind of coast to the finish, and that's exactly what I decided to do. So no heroics through the Death Chicane on the last occasion. We're quite happy to take the win and crossing the line, and as I said, very comfortable, over 6 seconds of a lead. But just showed you how much of a gap we created there, because the guy who killed himself in Death Chicane in P2 manages to still come up in P2. So there we are. You can see how ecstatic I am in the camera below on the left hand side there at the win. Like I said, it was a late night race, so happy to get the win, happy to get the job done, and basically happy to survive the Death Chicane 4 times out of 4, which was a bit of a novelty for me in that race, to be honest with you. There we are, victory, congratulations, race win number 41. So happy with that, as you can see, over the moon and sitting there in the rig. But we're going to jump in now to a race that I did on Thursday night on my live stream. It was a fun race to do. As I said, it was race B again. It was a top split EMEA race. I'm starting in P2. I did have a pretty good qualifying time in my EMEA account. It was a 43.8, so that was good enough to be top 100. I think it was about 80 odds at this point. So I was starting obviously near the front of the grid each time. And the reason I wanted to have a look at this is because I would like your opinions and your comments on it. The Death Chicane it's always going to cause incidents and drama, and this race was certainly no different. As you can see, we are, as I said, starting P2. We're chasing down the Italian P1. We've got the Spaniard Guti behind us, and I know it's going to be a tough race because it's a top split lobby, a lot of fast drivers in here. But we could do really well. We hit the braking point really well, but I kind of I probably went too hard on the brakes because I stayed on them for too long. You can see how much P1 then drives away from me out of the chicane. You can see P2 gets a good run on me as well, so I had to go narrow and a bit defensive already, and that's not a good start to a race because it's going to give P1 the opportunity to break away. I got a little bit of a bump there from P2, but again, like I kind of previously mentioned there, I'm the sort of person that when somebody's that close behind me, I start to focus on them as opposed to the car in front. So mentally I'm thinking to myself, P1's gone. I'm not going to attempt to try and catch him. We'll just try and fend off P2 now. And you can see I go a lot narrower than I would like to go in the first lap of this race. And we go a little bit deep, don't quite get the apex there, and it gives the Spaniard a really good run at us. You can see there he's going to go up the outside of us. Now, all week, anybody I've seen in the Spaniard's position has been backing out, but he doesn't. You can see my throttle inputs. I lift off twice to try and avoid hitting him, and again I get punted through the chicane, which was fine for me, but like I said, it was just unfortunate, because when I realised he wasn't going to let off, I decided I would, and if you go back, you'll see the throttle input meant that I did try and give him space, but the car hits the curb and just kind of jumps across a little bit and just contacts him. You can see the car, when my car just bumps on the curb there, it just gives him a little tap. The absolute chaos that ensues here, like the meme is about to say, there's been a murder. Multiple murders actually, if you want to look at it. Well, maybe one murder and 3 culpable manslaughters. Because you can see that, we'll go back and have a look here from Spectre's point of view. You can see the chaos here. I kind of got punted through and they all just get killed. It's like a chain reaction of events. So, I mean, I felt, if you go back, if you actually watch the live stream, it's still on the channel, you'll see that I'm really apologetic, and there's not a lot I can do. I mean, I couldn't exactly wait up for them though. It was just one of these things. I did try and give him space, we made contact, but because of the high speed nature of the way things work out, but you can see there, that guy was in P7, the guys in P7 and P8 end up in P3 and P4, so they were the big winners out of it. So yeah, they should be thanking me. But no, I just wanted to show that, maybe get some opinions on whether or not it was decent. But thanks for watching, and I will see you all on the next video.